Oh, what's up, study squad? We back at it again, with another video of Hoops case studies. On this channel, we study and analyze hoop cases at all levels and different eras like the NBA, WNBA, college, All-Americans, and even street ball. Point is, we gather around this time to discuss these many cases by researching the nets. On this episode, we dive into the first wave of free agency, and it's been a wild ride already. You know, it's crazy to say that there were no major superstars in free agency, but a lot of pieces been shuffling around, which can change the landscape, in the NBA. So let's dive into it. But first and foremost, I'm your host, Jay Chili. So without further ado, let's get it. So let me start off saying I didn't think the free agency would be this entertaining. Well, it usually is, but in years prior, the major drama was a said superstar. He hits free agency and holds up free agency for a couple days before he makes his decision on where to go. Then after he decides, then all of the dominoes just fall and everyone else just scatter into place. But not this year. This year, the trades held a lot of drama, like the Bradley Beal and Chris Paul, then Chris Paul for Jordan Poole. But after that, free agency started and everything else went out the window due to the high volume of pieces was being moved at a crazy rate. But let's highlight a few. So here are the few pieces. Fred VanVleet, Rockets, 3 years, 128 milli. Dylan Brooks, 4 years, 80 million. Gabe Vincent, Lakers, 3 years, 33 million. Dante DiVincenzo, Knicks, 4 years, 50 million. Patrick Beverly, 76ers, 1 year, 3 million. Sasha Vezenkov, Kings, 3 years, 20 milli. Max Strus, Cleveland, 4 years, 63 million. Derrick Rose, Memphis, 6.5, 2 years. Dennis Schroeder, Toronto, 2 years, 26 milli. Seth Curry, Mavs, 2 years, 9.2 milli. Bruce Brown, Indy, 2 years, 45 milli. Joe Ingles, Orlando, 2 years, 22 milli. Cam Reddish, Lakers, 2 years, 4.6. Josh Rich, Miami, 2 years, 5.9. Jackson Hayes, Lakers, 2 years, 4.6. Taurean Prince, Lakers, 1 year, 4.5. Jock Landale, Rockets, 4 years, 32 milli. Jeff Green, Rockets, 1 year, 6 milli. Thomas Bryant, Miami, 2 years, 5.3 milli. Jalen McDaniels, Minnesota, 2 years, 9.2 milli. Javon Carter, Bulls, 2 years, 20 milli. And Jorge Niang, Cleveland, 3 years, 26 milli. So these are the teams that I think they are winning free agency so far. They made the most dramatic improvements. First, let me start off with the Los Angeles Lakers. Man, everybody else, they running a 400, the Lakers, they running a 100 right now, 100 meters. They are just sprinting right now. They added Cam Reddish, Jackson Hayes, Gabe Vincent. They also retained Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. They did lose Schroeder. They're going to lose Lonnie Walker. But, I really like these moves so far. They address shooting with Gabe Vincent. I think Cam Reddish can start off being a spot-up shooter. For him, he don't have to do too much. I think it's his time, man. And also, they retain Austin Reeves, which I think at best Austin Reeves, I'm going to do a case study on him. Really like his game. He could be a third option. I believe so. I think he could get to 18 points per game, 18 to 20 points per game. Rui Hachimura had a good postseason. Both of them had a good postseason, Reeves and Rui. So I like what the Lakers doing so far. And next, Houston Rockets. They added Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, Jock Landale, Jeff Green, and Patty Mills in a trade from Brooklyn. They finally addressed vets. That's what they needed. I love the Fred VanVleet move. A lot of people criticize it, saying they overpaid, but they have a lot of rookies that's on they have a lot of players that's on rookie contracts. Jabari Smith, Jalen Green still on a rookie contract. Ahmed Thompson coming in. They have a lot. Tari Eason, I know you're a core piece. They have a lot of players, so they main players on rookie contracts. So I think they can afford to get these veterans until they grow their young core up, with these vets. Dylan Brooks, that's gonna mature this locker room. Patty Mills gonna mature that locker room. So I like that for the Rockets. And Cleveland, two solid moves, Max Strus and Georges Niang. Cleveland kind of got bullied by the Knicks out the playoffs. Julius Randle just literally bulldozed them. So I think Niang add a dynamic of toughness, and Max Strus, they get more shooting, and they re-signed Karis LeVert. So I think Cleveland, these are two good, solid moves. They needed a little more size on that wing spot, but they addressed that. And these are the underrated moves. They won't get as much press, but I think they will contribute immediately. Let's start off with Dante DiVincenzo for the Knicks. So yes, Dante, the Knicks just added another Villanova, player to their roster, and they just fallen in love with Villanova players. I guess they build their identity, but they all smart players. I like Dante DiVincenzo, another shooter, he good defender, can handle it a little bit, so I like that fit, with, of course, Brunson in the back court, then they got, of course, they got Josh Hart. Don't know how they starting lineup going to look. Of course, they running back with Julius Randle. Think Josh Hart come off the bench. And then of course, they're going to keep Barrett. Don't know what they're going to do with that, but it's going to be interesting. But Bruce Brown and Indy, I think he slots right in at that 3 spot next to Halliburton and Mathurin. And they paid him for that, so I think he could play that role, and that he adds a winning pedigree to Indy. Indy trying to come up in the in the NBA. And I think, Bruce Brown going to add that defensive, that at that 3 spot, and help them out, solidify. Ben Mathurin is a good defender, of course, and I think Halliburton is. And I think you're going to add a good element to Indy. And Thomas Bryant going to Miami. This is the underrated move. Of course, he's going to slide in as that backup center role. Thomas Bryant, I like him. I think he is a player. He should be out there playing, even though the Nuggets didn't need him. But when he played with the Lakers, this guy, he can produce, man. He's full of energy. He's a firecracker off the bench, man. Gotta throw him out there. He's a terror. He grabs rebounds. He plays hard. Sometimes he makes some, he get out of sorts. He get out of control sometimes. But I think he's gonna provide that energy for Miami. I like this. I like him as a big coming off the bench. So here the moves I'm keeping my closest eye on. Kind of went into it in the first quarter, but Cam Reddish for the Lakers. Yeah, I would like to see Cam Reddish just take off, man. He has the potential to be, but he still hasn't put it together yet in the NBA. But let's see if he can put it together for the Lakers. Jackson Hayes, yeah, it's fair to say that I'm going to keep my eye on the Lakers for many reasons. This is a former Pels player. Y'all know I'm a Pels fan. Plus their record going to determine, the Pels next year draft pick. So I'm keeping an eye on this team. But this is going to be an exciting team, and Jackson Hayes is an exciting player. LA going to love it when, he slammed one down. And I like his fit next to Anthony Davis, he could play that 4 spot next to Anthony Davis playing a 5. You just need a 5 with playing with Jackson Hayes because he's not the best rebounder. Can provide some rim protecting, but he's just a rim runner and just athletic, man. Seth Curry to the Mavs. He returns back to the Mavs. That's a good fit next to Luka. Luka needs shooters. He already has this, his side, him and Kyrie is they're gonna trade off throughout the game. They're gonna be playing both of them. One of them gonna be in the game, at least. And I think Seth Curry is the perfect player. Him and Tim Hardaway. You need some shooters around that. When those 2 players get going, so they can stretch the flow. And then Sasha Vezenkov for the Kings. He's supposed to be a sharp shooter. And then on top of that, he was the Euro League MVP. So gonna be keeping an eye on him. That's more shooting. You never need, in this league, shooting is premium. So you never get too much shooting. So this is gonna be a good move by the Kings, but we're gonna keep my eye on it. Keep my eye on it. So in conclusion, the first wave has been a frenzy, not superstars, but good players that could be your 4 to 9 men on your team. As we see in the last season, depth is key, to making it far, not only in the regular season, but also in the postseason. The era of super teams, we had the 3 stars, it's gone. Now it's about stackpiling as many decent players as you can to fit around your stars. In this era, most likely, your best teams have 2 stars, and then you have nothing but depth that fits around it. But yeah, entertaining first wave in the free agency. Like I said, there's still more decent players out there in free agency, and we'll be studying them as well. But like I said, this your host, Jay Chili. Make sure y'all let me know what y'all think, in the comment section, y'all like the content, what y'all think, share y'all thoughts, which signing took you off guard, but if y'all could do me a favor, drop me a like and subscribe, my brother or sister, whoever you are, if you don't mind, whoever. But anywho, I'm signing on out. I'm going to see y'all on the next one.
I love it.